Hi, I'm Emily Lane, and I'm going to be demonstrating the GIST learning strategy. So, the GIST learning strategy stands for Generating Interaction Between Schemata and Text. And what this learning strategy does, it requires students to pick out important information from a text and answer these questions: who, what, where, when, why, and how. And after they answer those questions, then they come up with a main idea sentence describing what they read. So this is really great for students of all reading abilities, even English language learners, because even if they can't create a sentence, they can answer some of those questions and learn something. So even skimming the text, they can answer the questions just by doing that. So it's really interesting, and it's good for, students who don't have the long attention span or anything like that. So my lesson is an art lesson, and we're studying the 36 Views of Mount Fuji by Katsushika Hokusai. And before I start the GIST strategy, I'm having the students walk around the room and check out all the prints, and then we were talking about the similarities and difference of the prints, and we're going to talk about our vocabulary words. A lot of them are used in the text that we're going to read, and I'm going to read the text to them. So where this starts out is after we do all that, and then I'm going to I'll pass out the handout, and that's when my demonstration starts. So without further ado, here's the demonstration. Okay, so everybody has their handout, correct? You have your handout. So we are going to try to get the gist of this handout. So what that means is we are going to answer questions about this handout. So the questions we're going to answer, I'll write them down. We're going to answer who, question mark, who. We're going to answer what. What. If you want, you can write these on the back of your handout. We're going to write the answers after I read the passage to you. Next, we are doing where, when, then we are doing why, and how. So we got how. Everybody see that? Okay. So I want you to think about those questions. Think about that. While I read you the passage, I want you to listen, okay? Follow along, and you can underline, highlight, write on your handout, whatever you want to do, whatever helps you, okay? The series 36 Views of Mount Fuji by Katsushika Hokusai were published sometime between 1829 and 1833 and made using ukiyo-e style. Ukiyo-e is an art form that uses woodblock prints. Most of the works were of female figures, landscapes, love scenes, daily activities, historical events, and entertainers. 36 Views of Mount Fuji show Mount Fuji in many different settings. Some of the prints, Mount Fuji is way off in the distance. In others, it is very close. But they all have Mount Fuji in common. Mount Fuji is a very popular subject in Japanese art because it has cultural and religious importance to the people of Japan. The series originally did have 36 prints in it, but it added 10 more images after it became very popular. Okay, so now that we read that together, I want to answer these questions together. So, can anybody tell me who? Who is this passage about? What is the person in this passage? Yes? That's correct. Okay. So he said, he said that it is Katsushika Hokusai, which is correct. Okay, so let's write that down next to who. It's okay if you spell it wrong because it's a hard name, first of all. And you're the only one who's going to see this. I'll spell it correctly though, so if you want to copy mine, you can. So that's the who. Now we want to answer what. So what did Katsushika Hokusai, what did he make? Yes, the 36 views of Mount Fuji, okay? The 36 views of Mount Fuji. Fuji, sorry. So where was he from? Can anybody tell me that? Anyone? Yes, yes. He was from Japan, okay? Japan. So when did he do this? When did he make his prints? If you look real close in the text, there are specific dates. Can anybody see those? Yes, 1829 to 1833. Okay, next we have why. So why did he pick Mount Fuji for his subject? That's right. Yeah, it was important. So it was important to like because cultural and religious, right? So we'll just say it was important to Japan. Okay, next and the last question is how. So how did he make his art? Yeah, it was a print. Can you be more specific though? A woodblock print. Yes, woodblock. Yeah, that's right. And he also used the ukiyo-e style. We'll write that at the bottom. All right, so I'll set this here. Everybody can copy that. After you have that copied, what I want you to do is think of a sentence, okay? So, using all of the answers to those questions, think of a sentence you could write that would capture all of that in it, okay? Can you do that for me? I'll give you, let's say 15 minutes, okay? All right, it's been about 15 minutes. Does anybody want to volunteer to read their sentence? No volunteers? No one's brave enough? All right, I'll tell you what. I'll read my sentence first, okay? So, Katsushika Hokusai made woodblock prints entitled The 36 Views of Mount Fuji in Japan sometime between 1829 and 1833. He created these works because Mount Fuji is very important to the people of Japan. So that's my sentence. Did everybody's sentences have something similar to that, or even bits and pieces is fine, as long as you're trying to capture what the article was about. Did everybody mention the artist? Great, great. How about Mount Fuji? How many people put Mount Fuji in theirs? Perfect. You guys are doing great. Okay, so next, we are going to talk about our project and how we're going to do that, okay? All right,